Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have here is a 2024 Mazda CX-5 2.5S Select.
This CX-5 is painted in platinum quartz metallic.
It does have smart key access on the front doors. And on the key fob you have the buttons for lock, unlock, and panic. Storage on the front door panels. You have power windows, locks, and mirrors.
It has a black interior, and the Select trim comes with leatherette seats.
It does have a fully powered driver's seat, and the front passenger seat is manually adjusted. Now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. And it of course has push-button ignition.
The Mazda CX-5 is a compact crossover that rivals mainstays like RAV4 and CR-V. The CX-5 made its debut for the 2013 model year, replacing both the midsize two-row CX-7 and more directly the Tribute, a Ford Escape rebadge. Unlike the Tribute, the CX-5 is developed in-house by Mazda. The CX-5 is currently in its second generation as of the 2025 model year. In its relatively short lifetime, the CX-5 has quickly become easily one of Mazda's best-selling models ever. Although in 2023, Mazda launched another compact SUV in the CX-50, the older CX-5 is, at least as of 2025, still continuing on as well. This 2024 model we have here represents the second generation of the CX-5, codenamed KF, which made its debut for the 2017 model year and is still being made as of the 2025 model year, giving it quite a long production run. Mazda has, as expected, given various enhancements and new features over the years to the second-gen CX-5. One big update was the mid-cycle refresh for 2022, which included some cosmetic revisions, redesigned seats, along with some enhanced tuning to the transmission and suspension for improved driving dynamics. All-wheel drive also became standard across the lineup for 2022. As for the US market, 2024 model year CX-5 trim levels ranged from the base 2.5S Select to the range-topping 2.5 Turbo Signature. Two engines were on offer, those being a 187 horsepower 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 like this one has, and a 256 horsepower 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4. Standard across the range were all-wheel drive and a 6-speed automatic transmission.
In the instrument cluster, we have two analog gauges, your tachometer and speedometer. Then this gauge pod is fully digital, so you have your fuel gauge and a digital info display, which can be gone through via this button on the steering wheel. So you have your trip computers, also temperature gauge it'll bring up, cruise control info, fuel economy info when you go to the trip computer. But it's a pretty simple thing to go through. It has a 3-spoke design, leather-wrapped and multifunctional steering wheel. It does have sport grips. And as for controls, on this side you'll find your audio controls with your volume, seat track, then your info display button, then you have your Bluetooth phone and voice control buttons. Then on this side you'll find your cruise controls, along with the gap adjust for your adaptive cruise. And the steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. You can toggle your lane departure alert and lane keep assist off with this button. Then you have your off-road traction assist button right here. Climate vent for the driver. On this side is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. Auto wipers in this thing too, very impressive. Now, going down the center of the interior, right here is the display screen for your Mazda Connect infotainment system. We'll go over the system more in a bit. And this is actually not a touch screen. You have your central climate vents, hazard switch, your passenger airbag indicator. Now we do have dual zone automatic climate controls, so you have your temperature for either side, auto, sync, power, fan speed, AC, different zones, defrosters, etc. And then you also have 3-stage heated front seats as well. Storage area with a 12-volt power outlet. And mind you, this is the base model CX-5, and you still get heated seats, dual zone climate controls, adaptive cruise, auto wipers. This is kind of going to be a theme with this tour. How impressed I am with this base model Mazda CX-5 and all that you get with it. Entering reverse does reveal a backup camera. Right here's your drive mode selector. You can toggle sport mode. The parking brake is electronically operated. You also have auto brake hold. And you have your physical volume power knob for the radio. And this is your main set of controls for the infotainment system. Since this is not a touchscreen, you just have this scrolling knob. You can click with it, push down. Then you have your radio, home, navigation, favorite, and back shortcut buttons. Again, we'll go over the system more in a bit. But you have 2 cup holders, center console with a removable tray. Also got an SD card slot, 2 USB-A ports, and another 12-volt outlet. Manually dimming rear view. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors, lights, and extensions. And on the overhead console, you have your sunglass holder, your reading lights. And there are also grab handles at all 4 corners. And here's the Mazda Connect infotainment system in this 2024 CX-5. So, pretty interesting that Mazda is still going with not having a touchscreen when pretty much even automakers that used to not want to put touchscreens in, now they're going to touchscreens too. But nonetheless, under Info, Vehicle Efficiency Monitor, Vehicle Status Monitor, for any maintenance, scheduled. Then under Entertainment, you have your different sources, so AM, FM, Pandora, Bluetooth audio streaming, favorite station list, and then also audio settings for your equalizer, that kind of stuff. Communication for your Bluetooth phones. Navigation, which this one doesn't have right now. Doesn't have the SD card, but it just shows your compass and then your coordinates. And then settings. And this is pretty self-explanatory, just all sorts of different settings. But go over some of the active safety features this vehicle has. Lane keep assist again, blind spot monitoring, collision avoidance. And then that's the home screen for this infotainment system. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. All 4 windows are fully automatic, which is nice.
Standard are these 17-inch 5 split-spoke alloy rims with a gray metallic finish. The 2.5S Select is powered by the CX-5's base engine for 2024, Mazda's Skyactiv G 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline-4. It has an aluminum block and head, dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, variable valve timing, and direct injection. Horsepower is rated at 187 at 6,000 RPM, and torque is rated at 186 pound-feet at 4,000 RPM. The transmission is a 6-speed automatic with a manual mode, and Mazda's iActive all-wheel drive system is included as standard. Running on regular unleaded with a 15.3-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates are 26 mpg in the city and 31 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Stopping the car are 4-wheel disc brakes with the front ones being ventilated. The CX-5 can tow up to 2,000 pounds.
Fuel doors on the driver's side. Does have roof racks. Storage on the back door panels as well. You have split folding rear seats. And they are 40-20-40 split folding. Both front seats have map pockets in the backs. Again, grab handles and coat hooks. You do have your own set of climate vents back here. And you'll also have a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders, some storage, and another storage area, and you even have 2 USB-A ports right there. And as for space back here, I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a pretty comfortable position for myself. Footroom is excellent, legroom is pretty good, headroom is super good as well. Pretty much all the vehicles in this compact crossover segment by now have roomy back seats. Again, it's an extremely popular segment, and I know this CX-5 hasn't been redesigned in quite a while, and I did film a 2019 CX-5. It was a diesel, the rare diesel CX-5, and it was the top trim level, and I remember saying in that video how I just loved how premium Mazda made that interior feel. Now here I am in this 24 CX-5, which is a base model, the 2.5S Select trim. Well, for one thing, it still has this nice stitched leather on the door panels. The seats are not cloth, they are leatherette, but they look and feel they look pretty much just like real leather, and they feel really nice too. You still have heated seats, a power driver's seat, adaptive cruise, dual zone climate controls. This is a well-equipped vehicle for being a base model, so I'm definitely impressed with the CX-5. I still think it's a pretty good looking, especially on the outside. I still think it's a really awesome looking vehicle. Doesn't look quite as dated as it actually is. I know they've refreshed it a bit. I just think this is a really solid choice for a compact crossover. Dual exhaust, rear wiper.
The CX-5 provides up to 30.8 cubic feet of cargo space with the back seats up, and up to 59.3 cubic feet with the back seats folded down.
Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2024 Mazda CX-5. And, as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.